First things first, triskaidekaphobia, fear of Friday the 13th. It's just a day, my friends. My father died on Friday the 13th, and I had this irrational fear where 6 or 7 years afterwards I didn't go outside on Friday the 13th. Don't let your mind fuck you over. What is up, my friends? Good morning. It is an absolutely beautiful Friday morning here in Arkansas. I am still in my jammies. I come outside with the puppy dogs. Gotta make sure old Cooper ain't running off. I ain't took him for a ride yet. Oh, there he is. Yeah, he wants to go for a ride bad. See him? Right there. Come on, Coop. Hey, buddy. As you can see, I got some fire ants to kill. Abigail, Abigail. My fluffy dog. Look, I had an earbud in my ear most of the day yesterday, and I wanted to keep up with the Strozk Hearing, Peter Strzok. Let me tell you, I don't know how much of that you saw. I don't know how much of that you listened to. A lot of people just saw Trey Gowdy. Trey Gowdy ripped into his ass. He didn't even get to ask him a tenth of the questions that he should have been able to ask him. If you ask me, they should have all deferred to Trey Gowdy. But they all wanted that moment. Another thing, definitely get rid of the TV cameras in there. That just makes some people turn into idiots. The one thing that struck me out of the whole fucking thing is the hypocrisy of the left. Not one legitimate question about anything that happened. Not one. Everything they did was to try and cover up. Everything they did, everything they said was to cover up. If they got close, and you saw it with Trey Gowdy most, if they got close to anything that was gonna have him forced to answer a question, point of order. Boy, they jumped in and interrupted, and 2 or 3 of them, and a Purple Heart? Seriously? You want to give this fucker a Purple Heart? They'd like to throw in that if you're attacking Strzok, you're attacking the whole FBI. You're impugning the whole FBI. And it ain't. It's that fucker, and it's Comey, and it's Andy McCabe. 2 of them already under investigation. In fact, I'm sure Strzok is too. He's saying it just can't happen. There are these people and that people and these people. And I can remember it being reported that the rank and file of the FBI was pissed and that there were people who were resigning. Do you remember hearing that? There is a huge cover-up. Huge. It's not the entire FBI. It's these 3 or 4 fuckers. Well, it was probably 8 or 9 actually. Strzok lied. He giggled. He smirked. A couple of times. This is not a good person. This is a self-serving piece of shit. We will find out. There will be, somehow or another, truth come out about all this. And I'm sure people who have, a bird just tried to shit right there. You fucker. You missed. I see you. Fucking robins. I hate robins. Better than blue jays. Alright. It just seems that the truth is going to come out. And I'm sure that my mind is adding to it, just like everybody else. And there's a lot that we don't know. Strzok even himself, he said, oh, there's on his personal, there's all kinds of text messages that no one knows about. Cooper. All right, hold on for a second. Yeah, we'll go for a ride. Huh? These are crooked ass people. Ain't no way that they didn't try and set the president up. With everything we know, everything we've seen. Come on, get up there, buddy. There ain't no way. The truth is going to come out. We know the truth. Or at least partial. We have an idea as people. And it's obvious that there was partisanship. And the Democrats are trying to cover that up because they so want something to be bad about the president. They so want something for the president to be impeached over. I'm here to tell you, it ain't gonna happen. Don't you fall, boy. Yeah, it's working out pretty good. It just seems like Democrats would want the truth to come out. They would want you to fucking understand and know that the rest of the FBI is trustworthy because we're going to prosecute the cancer. We're going to cut the cancer out. No. What they're doing is supporting it. They're feeding the cancer. They're trying to make it an attack on the entire FBI. Doesn't even make sense. I pride myself on being able to put myself in other people's positions. And I always have tried to think in a way that made me not impugn others without at least trying to understand their point of view. But I can tell you, this is the first time in even during the fucking Civil War and the Confederate flag and all that shit, this is the first time when I have actually thought, I don't fucking get that. I don't understand. I can't understand why. I can't relate. I can't figure out how they're thinking what they're thinking. How can they reason doing what they're doing? Because it's so obvious. It is so obvious that these people were crooked. It's so obvious that it's going to come out. It's going to come out. To have Strzok doing what he was doing, just fuck, it doesn't make sense. I don't know if any of you can understand why the Democrats are doing this where it doesn't make them look like fucking shit. Crooked ass fucking politicians. I don't even see how they can justify doing this. Any of them people who are up for re-election have to be fucking fired by the people, right? They can't be re-elected. And the real tragedy is Trey Gowdy. Jason Chaffetz. The people who are really fighting, who have realized that it ain't going to happen, somebody's obviously told them it ain't going to happen. Or they've realized long ago. Because Jason Chaffetz, he went for that $1 million contract. Trey Gowdy is going back into, well, he says he's going back into be a prosecutor. Incidentally, prosecutors. How can Peter Strzok, I take exception to the mischaracterization that lifetime prosecutors and politicians are serving their country in the same way that the military has. Especially like this FBI guy. He's a politician. He's a lawyer. And they're acting like you served your country with distinction and blah, 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 blah. When we have men who give legs and arms and shit, who are treated like shit, and this motherfucker is revered. Jim Comey is fucking revered. Andy McCabe is revered. Still, even after it being proven that a lot of the shit they've said is lies and bullshit, the Democrats are still fucking getting right in with it. I don't get it. It ought to be enough to keep them from running off. You gotta do it. If I don't give them a ride for a little bit, they'll fucking run off. I guess that's all I want to say. And you know, it's a long-winded way of saying it, and there's a lot more involved and added, and a lot of dead air in there. But apologize for that if it's boring you. But I gotta say, I'm kind of proud of Donald Trump for the way he's going over there and doing things. They're saying he's lambasting our allies, but he's just speaking the fucking truth. He's being blunt. He's being Donald Trump. You don't say it in back rooms and have them ignore you. I'm sure he tried that last year. Did it work last year? Well, he got a lot more money in. $33 billion extra dollars. Yeah, he knows it's over. $33 billion more in a year after Donald Trump became president, and saying that they needed to add. More people have agreed to bring their contributions up quicker, thanks to Donald Trump. Strength through, well, peace through strength. He's taken the best things out of the best leaders that we've had, because he's studied and he knows, and people act like he's a dumbass. That I don't get either. He's obviously super intelligent. He's being belligerent on purpose. He's saying shit to make these people nuts on purpose. Call himself a stable genius. He had 30 or 40 minute long press junk with he had his other two top people there and they asked him questions, and people all over the world, and he was like calling on people, and they were like, me? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. You, yeah. And they would ask him a question like they didn't even think that he would let them. And I gotta say, the world, their press, is a lot nicer to him than our press. People say the world hates him. There's some jackasses in London, a few jackasses who are flying this fucking balloon, and these people are pretending, the media is pretending like that's all of London feels this way. And when you look at it, it's just a little group of people around it. I saw a tweet from The Hill that had Donald Trump going in the picture. And it said Donald Trump says he feels unwelcome because of protests. Oh my God, he's so fucking with people. I mean, it's obvious he fucks with people. And they don't get it still. All right, go. I love you. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Y'all be good to each other. Love each other. Think positive and act positively. Be each other's motherfuckers. Smile. Be happy. Try at least. I love you. Y'all have a good one.
Lil Doggy!